We are live. Okay, everyone. Welcome, everyone. This is the first time live. Let's wait a little bit so everybody can join us. We have 6 people already joining us. We just stepped our feet here for the first time. Our first Samba Kennels live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm going to ask you to be patient a little bit because this is our first time and I have to connect to Instagram, but it is not connecting. So let's see. Okay, select go live. All right. Good evening, everyone. How is everybody doing? Deedee, Tony, Oscar, Lauren, Ryan, Vito.
We are great. We are doing good.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for being here. This is our first live. I am going to wait a few minutes before we actually start talking because I want to make sure that that's, everybody that's been waiting for the live is already here. I'm going to try to read some comments later. Right now, we're just waiting for everybody to join. And let me see. I don't see the option to go live on Instagram. I don't know why. This is new for me, so please be patient with me. And welcome everyone again. Let's see. Stream here. Hey everybody, welcome. Samba Kennels first live ever on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I don't think Instagram is going live because honestly, this is new for me and I don't really know how to do this. I thought I did, but it didn't work. Copy the stream key. I wish was here right now. Hey, Suma Bully Kennels, where are you guys?
He can fix it.
He can fix anything.
Yes.
Yes, but that's okay. You are live. You are live. It says that we're live on Instagram, but I don't see it. Let's see.
How was everybody else's day today? Everybody had a good time? Good day at work?
Busy.
Very busy.
We got thunderstorms today.
Earl, he just texted me here. Hi, Earl. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Sumo Bulicanos in the house. Sumo, how do I connect? I try to connect Instagram, and it says that I'm live. I copy the StreamYard key, but I don't see where to go live on the screen that I have Instagram open, It just didn't, the go live word was not clickable. So if you are here, please help me. He's here. I'm here. What you need. Okay. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for being here. This is the first time I'm live from my YouTube channel. And what a wonderful time to be here with you guys for the first time, because I would have probably never done a live by myself. I have a team of soldiers here with me now, and I couldn't be more comfortable, even though I'm a little bit nervous, as you can tell, but it's not nervous. It's just, I think I'm so proud of everything that I've built within the last 5 years, just in the bully lane. Most of you that know my story, you guys know that I come from a Dogo Argentino working dog and experience for many years. And when I decided to join the bully lane, I went for the XL American Bully, but I already had my eyes. My first dog was an XL American Bully, Chuck Norris. But coming from Brazil and doing the transports, international transports, I was already in touch with so many breeders of the pit monsters. so-called pit monsters, now Brazilian bulls. And I really loved everything that I was seeing, the work that these guys were putting behind this breed in Brazil. And it is, this movement has so much meaning for me. I have goosebumps talking about this, because I would never in my wildest dreams ever imagine that this movement would take the proportion that it did. And I just think that, honestly, it's a dream come true for me. I was always very delighted to see the dogs and to see how I was growing, because I used all that experience that I had in the Dogo Argentino as a breeder, as a real breeder. You know, I bred dogs for exhibition. I exported many dogs. I was probably one of the most successful Dogo Argentino breeders in the world. I didn't need another breed, but I love challenges. And for me, the challenge was to be in a breed that is a little lower in temperament, because Dogos are very high driven. And to start with the Brazilian bulls, and I saw, you know, at that time they were called pit monsters. And my first litter in the United States was in May 2021. I had Bartolina from New Red Kennel, bred to her sire, Acan. It was a very close, tight inbreeding. And I had the first ever pit monster litter. My first XL litter was actually pit monsters, and they were registered as American Bully, because, as you guys know, at that time, there was no other way to register them. And they were so similar, well, kind of similar to what the XLs are, that we got to where we are. So it got the change of the name, everything happened recently, but for 4 years, we treated the Brazilian bulls as American Bully. And we know that these dogs are different. You can notice now everybody recognizes a Brazilian bull. This is what breed type actually means. When you talk about breed type, so many people talk about breed type and they don't even know what breed type means. What is a breed type in a dog? The breed type is when you look at a dog and you know exactly what breed that dog is. And the Brazilian bulls, whether you like it or you hate it, whether you find them amazing looking or weird looking because their eye set seems to be a little too close together, at the end of the day, you recognize that breed. And now it's gotten so in the heart of people that we're seeing a huge, and I mean huge, migration of people from the XL lane to the Brazilian bull lane. And to know that I was not the only one, but I was one of the people that brought the spotlight to these dogs, because before me, other great breeders were already importing.
You guys hear me? We lost her.
No, we can hear it.
Okay.
Nope. Lost her.
Yeah, I can't hear her now.
Oh, I had something flash on the screen. I didn't read it fast enough. There we go. Aurea, are you back? Tony, Deedee, could you guys sing a song to occupy the time for us?
No.
Yes.
I can go get a guitar.
I haven't had enough to drink to sing.
Hear me?
There
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
are.
there you are. Okay.
Can you? Okay, I don't know why my voice disappeared, so I'm sorry, guys. This is new for me, and I promise that I will read most of the the comments here. Forgive me, this is our first time and I'm still getting adapted to so many. It's too much technology for an old lady. So,
We'll work
but
our way through
anyways,
it.
it is with a lot of heart. Like, I have no words to say what it means for me to be here, not by myself, but with a team of people that is actually just an extension of my friends and my community and my clients, because each one of you started as my client. And now I'm here with what we call the Samba family, because this is a family. And my main thing is to promote positivity. This is why we got together with this great team to expand the brand, to expand the vision. We have great people with us. We have Sumo. Sumo is being a partner of the Brazilian idea for a long time. Shout out to Sumo Bully Kennels Earl. He started this YouTube thing and he's helping me here. I'm so happy that we can count on you and we can call you a part of this family. Cerberus Kennels, Showtime Bullies in Florida, so many people. We are a big family. TMK invested a lot of his time and money and efforts in the Brazilian Bulls. So guys, welcome to the first Samba Kennels family live. Forgive me for the mistakes. And I want to welcome and present to you guys Samba Kennels Red River, Tony and Deedee, Samba Kennels Florida, Oscar Diaz, Samba Kennels Midwest, Mr. Vito Alu, Samba Kennels South, Lauren and Ryan. I am going to ask you guys to please talk a little bit. I'm going to give you 5 minutes each to present yourself. Talk a bit about how you got connected to the Brazilian Bulls and what are your expectations on the Samba Kennels project moving forward. Tony and Deedee, Samba Kennels Red River, welcome.
Well, thank you, Aurea. It's a pleasure to be here and super excited to be a part of this movement. I am Tony Sandoval from Nacona, Texas. And like Aurea said, we are Samba Red River. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Deedee Sandoval.
So anyway, we, like I said before, we are super excited to be part of this team, this family. We are new to the bully breed, but through Aurea, we are, like I said, team members. We have 2 of Aurea's productions that we are super proud of. We couldn't ask for any better dogs. We understand her vision, and I believe that we would like to continue that with her. And we are so honored to be part of a team and so glad that she invited us to be a part of this team. Like I said, we do enjoy shows, and hopefully we can, go shows and as a family. I think it would be fun and of course adventurous with this team. But yeah, we are super proud to be part of Samba Kennels. And Aurea, we couldn't thank you enough.
I thank you guys too. This is started as a commercial relationship, and sooner or later, you guys already had 2 puppies, and soon you're gonna have more.
Yes.
And we're gonna be going to shows together because I know that you enjoy the show, the exhibition so much, and I do too. I just need people to go with me because by myself is so hard. And now we have a team here, and this is what this is all about: is having a big family and a big team. So thank you. And from the bottom of my heart, welcome to Samba Kennels, Tony and Deedee. You are, it's part of a dream, it's part of a project, but this is also part of a movement. And we are here to expand not only the vision, but positivity, and make sure that we can collaborate with the breed and with the breeders, most importantly, with education, with lives like this, with going to shows. It's very important that we are present in shows, especially because that's where the thermometer of the breed is. That's how we see what breeders are actually bringing to the table when you go to shows. So important to go to shows. Welcome.
Thank you, girl.
And no further ado, here, Oscar, Samba Kennels, Florida. Welcome, Oscar. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, I thought it was gonna be the last one.
Come on.
Good. I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. This is gonna be my first leader with Nebula and Vitello, and I'm so excited. I'm really working hard on it. I'm really in love with the breed, in love with these Brazilian bulldogs. When Nebula came, I'm so surprised how, because I have both American bullies and American bully and Brazilian bull, and I love both. I love both, and but I have to say that I'm so surprised of how strong these Brazilian bulls are. Like I'm so surprised of how Nebula have adapted and how she's doing. She's so energetic, so respectful to people and to other dogs, even to the little one I have. And I'm just in love with this breed, like so much in love. Um,
When was the first time, Oscar, that you saw a Brazilian bull?
I said in an interview before, I always wanted, since I was a kid, I love pit bulls, you know, and I always want this aggressive look, not a dangerous dog, an aggressive look. And I always wanted a pit bull, but I never knew. I always saw, you know, on social media and Facebook and all over social media, I saw these huge dogs. They looked like a pit bull, but I thought in my mind they were a pit bulls. But then when I start researching, I found out I purchased my first American bully, and I start researching more, and then I find out about Shake. So when I found Shake, he was the first dog I saw, and especially the first the banner. I think you post of he when he was sold for 180K. So that couch catch my attention. As a businessman, I start doing my research on how it's possible that someone is investing this kind of money on a dog, you know. So I start doing my research and see what was the special on that dog, why someone will invest in that dog, and why that dog is looking even a little bit bigger and a little bit more muscular than these other pit bulls that I found out they were American bullies later. And then I, you know, I keep researching, and then I just make the contact with Lucas and in Brazil. And then I make contact with you. I meet you at the nationals. I meet Air too from Sumo Kennels. I have to say, such a good person. I think he was really helpful that day. He gave me a really good and nice advices that day that I'll never forget. And we just, he was so, how do you say that in English? He was so gentle. He was so disposal to me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so after that, I keep researching. He helped me a little bit at the beginning too. Then, and you helped me too. And you know, we just meet in
And we
Brazil.
met in Brazil. We went to Brazil.
Yeah, we
I
went.
actually, I knew that you were going to be there on January 10th, I believe. And I
Yeah.
was going to buy my ticket for around that day. So I made everything to be there on the same day that you were, so we could both meet at Lucas Pit and meet your females that were there. Vitello was there. And it was a great experience. And this is how we connected in person for the first time, or for the second time. And we got to talk more about, you know, a possible opening a branch in Florida. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
so
so
we
much.
were talking there, and we get, you know, in person. We got enough time there. We spent like 2 days talking over there, and you know, hanging out, and that was amazing. And just, I have to say, the fact that Aurea, you know, because I think most people might think you kind of stick with Shake somehow,
Mhm.
and then just hear you saying that Vitello was better, and I didn't saw Shake. I didn't have the honor to see Shake in person, but just hearing you saying that, it was like it made me realize that you're really into the breed, like you're really working to make better dogs, to working to improve this breed, to improve everything. And because someone could just say, oh no, Shake is still the best, but you're going ahead, and that catch my attention from you, and that catch the vision, and I that's when we align, I guess. And even that I don't know too much about this, I can say I have a little bit bad experiences with some purchases that I did, and is the kind of things I wanna fix, and the kind of things as a customer, I wanna give the best to my customers, and I think the best person to do that, it was Aurea, because she's really working on it, and we align pretty good in our visions. Our visions align together pretty good,
Thank
and
you, Eva. It's true.
yeah, and that's why we're working. And I'm honored to be here, part of Samba Kennels. It's a pleasure, and with all of this team, it's just
And
amazing. And
And we are
yeah,
very happy to have you. I think that you are you are an example of what I say. Guys, I just want to say that I was able to connect the live to Instagram. So everybody that's in
Yay.
Instagram, we had a little trouble going back and forth to connect because this is my first live from my channel going live by I would never do it by myself, but now that I have the Samba team, the Samba family with me, I was courageous enough to try it. And finally, I was having some troubles to connect to Instagram. So welcome everybody that's watching from Instagram. We are presenting Samba Kennels branches tonight. Please stay with us, be patient, because like I said, this is a lot of technology, and I'm old school, so please bear with me. So Oscar, you're a very good example when I say that Shake has changed so many lives. I mean, he is whether you like him or you hate him, Shake has changed so many lives, and he's the most talked about dog in the recent months and maybe years, because he changed a lot of lives. He caused, like, when we were coming out of a drought in sales, this dog was sold twice for amount of money that we have never seen, or have barely seen a couple of times in the world of dog breeders. Because I deal with a lot of expensive dogs. I transported world champions, Chihuahua world champion, long hair. I've transported English bulldogs, and none of them ever got to those prices that I was able to sell a dog twice. I mean, I'm even overwhelmed by this movement, by what's going on, and how Shake has really changed the game, and how people see the Brazilian dogs, and how people are accepting this beautiful, beautiful animals into their lives, into their programs. We're very happy to have you, Oscar, and that you are a living proof that Shake changed one more life. And I'm so happy that you're a part of this. Like I said, everyone that's here is not a coincidence. It is intentionally chosen, because each one of you has the same vision as me, and we have a friendship. We have, things in common, and it's an honor to be expanding Samba brand that started 5 years ago with a litter of pit monsters, and nobody even knew what they were, but they were here. And I had 4 platinums. I don't know if you remember that. I was talking to Vito today about the colors. That probably, if I had Brazilian bulls that were platinums today, I would be super sought after for those dogs, because they were rare then, and now it's hard to make them, because it's hard to find dogs that have those genes, the cream genes, to make them. But anyways, thank you, Oscar. Let's go to Mr. Vito Alu. Can you present yourself, Vito, where you're from, a little bit of your story or history, because you have a lot to talk about when it comes to dogs. Welcome, Vito
I
Alu
talk a
from
lot.
Samba
No,
Kennels Midwest.
Okay, I'm Vito. I am Samba Kennels Midwest. I'm an American Bulldog breeder from about 30 plus years. I had my first litter in 1994. I've never stopped. I still have them. I'm about 14 generations in. I first saw the Brazilian bull. I watched little reels several years ago of Klaus, and I just freaked out when I saw him. I thought he was just so different, so cool, and he reminded me a little bit of a dog I used to have uh, called Blue Ballistic, and I just made note of it. I'd seen XL bullies at that time. It just said he was an XL bully, but I could see there was a big difference from him. I'd seen some nice XL bullies, but I'd never seen anybody that moved me like he did. So I kind of, you know, I never in my wildest dreams would think of adding a breed. I used to breed Old English Bulldogs too, and I stopped because I just wasn't that passionate about them. But I'm getting to the point where I don't have as many American Bulldogs anymore because I don't have as many things to do. But I just kept seeing Aurea's videos. I saw Tractor, then I saw Shake, and then I don't know, I just got passionate about it. I thought it was such a cool idea. I saw what the Brazilians had done. Pretty much, I think they've done something that nobody's ever done to produce a dog with this much muscle, these proportions, that much muscle in the head and the cheek. Uh, and it's, it's every day I study and study and try to learn pedigrees and what happened, where this came from, all that kind of stuff. And there's parallels between my time in American Bulldogs, because when I started in American Bulldogs in the 80s and 90s, they were kind of a composite. They were a new breed. Uh, we didn't know exactly how they were bred, like the Brazilian dogs know more about what's in them because they're more honest about the pedigrees. But and after 30 years, I look back and thought, man, if they would have done something different, if they would have expanded the gene pool early on, the breed might be in a better place. So I'm excited about that. Aurea approached me, and I never even dreamed about it. Joining anybody or being a team. I've never been a team. It's just always been me. But I thought that it would be a good opportunity because I'm more of a into the breeding and the whelping box and analyzing what I'm doing and building a line and correcting things. So I'm kind of like a mechanic. I'm not a good guy up front in the showroom floor. I'm old. I don't know social media, and so to me, it's been great. We've met how many times? 3 times. Had little meetings. So I've met each and every one of you guys, and it's been. I think it's just a good synergy. I am lacking a lot of stuff, and that you guys have. If you guys need any examples from experience, I can give them. So I think it's just going to be a really good team. Everybody also seems very cool. No big
100%.
egos. Nobody's ever said anything that I thought was, oh my gosh, this guy here.
I want to
So,
say a curiosity that some people already know, but for you guys that don't know, Vito, historian, understands genetics better than anybody that I know, understands breeding. He's old school. I love the way that he has the vision of, the pure breeding for what the purpose of breeding is. You breed for the betterment of the breed. You breed to improve, the dogs. And he has 14 generations of all his dogs are pin-hipped for hip dysplasia, for elbows, heart, and so on. But what you don't know is that Vito has dogs in the pedigree of Iron, which is the father of New Iron, that Old English or the American Bulldog that's in most of recent Brazilian Bulls pedigree. And when Vito started, or when Beatrice started 25 years ago, and Beatrice is the breeder of Sunshine Bulls, the breeder of Iron and then the New Iron, she told me that when I talked to her, hey, there's a American Bulldog breeder that reached out to me. He's interested in one of my puppies. Do you know this guy? His name is Vito Alu. She said, what? I'm a fan of Vito. He was already a reference in the American Bulldogs when she started. So to have Vito part of the team, I mean, it's not only a dream for me to be here to take Samba to this level, but to have high caliber people like these people that were intentionally chosen and invited to be part of this movement. I mean, it's overwhelming, and I cannot thank you enough, Vito, for accepting this. And I know that
Thank you.
we're gonna make a lot of good stuff. We're gonna, like I said, the whole purpose of this project is to help each other, and you guys are helping me. I want to help you guys as much as I can, and our motto is to help the community, is to help the breed. And with this caliber of people in our team, I know we're gonna be doing it more than we can imagine. Thank you, Vito Alu. Now, and you're in Midwest. Samba Midwest is in Missouri, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Now I have with me our first branch ever, my good friend, he started as a client too, Lauren Castle, Samba South. Welcome to Samba Kennels.
Hi.
Hi. Can you talk a little bit about where you are? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Lauren, a little bit of who you are and what's your relation to the dogs, and when was the first time that you saw a Brazilian dog? And we're all related to the Brazilian dogs. That's why everybody's here. Everybody here has either a half Brazilian dog or 75% genetics. Even if they are registered as American Bully, everybody here has dogs that are mostly Brazilian blood.
For sure. So the first time that we saw a Brazilian dog would have been Klaus. We actually have a mutual friend that was friends with Aurea, and he told us that she was local to us, much more local than what we thought. And Klaus blew our minds like he did everybody else's. I don't know that we had ever seen anything like that here. And then to find out that he was not very far from us was kind of exciting. We had just had a litter of XL American Bullies, and we were looking for a stud for the next time we were going to breed our female. And then Aurea started posting Tractor. And we fell in love with him, and she had an intro rate that was really great. And so I reached out to her, and he had maybe just gotten here or wasn't here yet. And so she was waiting for him to get here. And then when he got here, she wanted him to get settled in and get kind of feeling good about himself. And then when he finally was, we went and met him and Aurea, and of course Klaus when we got there, and absolutely fell in love with every single thing to do with them. Since we have gotten into the Brazilians, we have fallen more in love with them just because they, health-wise and temperament-wise, I feel are just miles and miles away from the American Bullies. Honestly, they don't typically have the same allergy issues. We can feed them pretty much anything and don't have to worry about coat problems. And their temperaments are just, they're second to none. I don't have any problems with any of the dogs that we have. I grew up around labs and Goldens and training bird dogs and that type of thing. And so honestly, at this point, if somebody wants a good family dog, I don't even recommend those dogs anymore. I recommend these bullies that we have because I've never seen anything like them. And I don't know, we really fell in love with them, and Aurea offered me the opportunity to get into it and expand not only our kennel, but our knowledge, which is really awesome. I was excited to hear about everybody that was joining too, because I think that everybody in this team has something to add to it that we can all learn from. And I don't know, we're excited to move forward with it and see where it goes, and to definitely reach out and teach everybody else about them and the good things that can come with this breed.
100%. And you're big in working dogs and obedience. And when you talk about, you have a lot of authority to talk about temperament. And you
Yes.
have American bullies, pure American bullies, plus you have the Brazilian bloodlines of American bullies. How do you compare them, Lauren?
To be honest with you, my Brazilian bloodline dogs are much more laid back than my American line bullies. I have my main female, the one that we started with her and a littermate brother, are just nonstop. They've mellowed out a little bit as they've gotten older, but I think that training is important no matter what breed you have. And I am very heavy on that just because I came from that background and it's always strict, and we always had dogs that had a purpose and a job. So this one has kind of been a little more difficult for me because I'm trying to find a job for them constantly. Like, what can I teach them to do that is useful to not only me, but will be useful to other people. And I really think that there's something there. I just haven't quite found it yet. But I think as far as comparison goes, temperament, the Brazilian bulls, I've never met one that I couldn't just walk up to, and they may be a little more timid sometimes, but they are sweet as can be. They don't have issues with anybody, and I honestly don't have any that have issues with other dogs, and I haven't seen many that have issues with other dogs. So that's really nice to see in comparison to a lot of the other high-powered, I guess, American bullies that I have seen.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. And I think that everybody that, I think the temperament is a big thing on the Brazilian bulls. There are, of course, the American bully, the XLs, there's so much variety in bloodlines. And I have one of my best dogs is my pure American bully XL, which is Chuck Norris, my first ever bully. He has amazing temperament. Like, he is very obedient, easy to train, intelligent. But in general, I've had a lot of American bully, XL American bullies from many bloodlines, including full American bullies here when I did transports, and also when I bred for some time pure American bullies. And I see big differences. Especially in energy level. I don't know if you guys that are here watching agree with me, but they tend to have a very high energy level, which is good. I love dogs with higher drive, but the acceptability of a pack, I see that the Brazilian dogs are a little more tolerant. Like Cafeína, I'm going to give you guys an example. You guys know I have a litter with Cafeína and Tetra at the same time. They are in the same whelping room, and they are side by side. Of course, each one has a whelping box and a kennel that separates them. They've been together for barely a month and a half. That's how long they've known each other, two adults. And for the first few days, Tetra is a little bit more dominant because this is her house, and there's a new girl in the house, and she has her babies. So she's like looking at the neighbor there and saying, who the heck do you think you are? This is my room. But slowly I let them out. They were, always with me present. And now I let the two girls by themselves. They go out. Sometimes they swap. One is going to nurse the other babies, and they don't care. So this is very special. It's very special. I've seen it happen in American bullies, XLs too. I'm not going to lie. But this is what we want for dogs that are mostly companion dogs. This is the type of temperament that we want. Am I right, Vito? Vito has seen that the adaptation of the dogs that arrive here as adults, and he's always mentioning about that.
I haven't seen a real nervy, skittish, or civil type of Brazilian bull yet. I've seen one or two maybe that I could tell maybe they need a little more socialization, but they're just easy and they're very stable. And I've just recently watched a lot of people import females, and you see them walk through the airport. You can tell they're well adjusted, they're easy going. which that if that dog's ever going to act up, that's when they should be a little skittish or shy or freaked out. So I
That's
don't
true.
know. I don't know what these Brazilians did, but they did a good job on the temperament from what I've seen so far. I haven't seen one yet that's uh, seems to be nervy or weak tempered.
That's true. Well, we have Moreno from sumo team saying the Brazilian Bulls will take over. They are already taking over, and this is something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Thank you again for joining us, for being here with us. Samba Kennels Family first ever live. I wish I could say hi to every one of you guys, but I am trying to understand 2 monitors. There's so much going on here. I wish I could read each one of the comments, but we will open a little question and answers session at the end of the live, towards the end of the live. Tonight, if you just arrived here, I just wanted to say welcome. This is Samba Kennels' first live, and in this episode, we're here introducing everybody that is the Samba Kennels branches that we expanded. And this movement, just, the movement is expanded. I needed to expand. So we have Samba Kennels Red River, Tony and Deedee, Samba Kennels Florida, Oscar Diaz, Samba Kennels Midwest in Missouri, Mr. Vito Alu, Samba Kennels South, Lauren, and Ryan. He's hiding, but he's part of Samba Kennels South too. And this is my family, you guys, and I want you guys to welcome them. Follow their Instagram pages. I will put the Instagram pages on. I think I have my stories right now, but we're going to be putting on the description of this live. I want you guys to support them because they are an incredible force for Samba Kennels movement. And that's our motto. That's our goal, to be a stronger team, to be a bigger team, so I can help you guys more. We can provide more value to the community and to the breed. And thank you for watching. And if you guys have any questions, slowly send them to me. I'm going to try to answer them as we go on. Hey, Ryan, there you go. There we go.
Welcome, Ryan. Where you been?
Ryan.
Thought we were staying by.
You've been nipping on that.
Ryan is a huge supporter of his wife, and he makes, he's a huge supporter of not only Lauren, but he's being also a great supporter of my program. And I'm so happy to call them good friends. They live close by. So sometimes, one of these days I was in Brazil, and we had a tractor, a client needing for me to ship his genetics, the swimmers. And I wasn't here, so I called Lauren, and she just said, no worries. She came here, she picked him up, took him to Dallas to get collected, shipped for me. And this is what it's all about. We help each other. So I wish we could all live closer. I mean, that would be great, but we don't. But that's what the purpose is. We have a little bit of Samba Kennels in each part of the country. Eventually, we can expand a little bit more, but we just want to make sure that we want to validate this amongst friends. And once this is a strong model, a business model that we can expand, maybe in the future or in the near future, we can have the opportunity for a few other branches, especially internationally. I think that would be amazing to have, Samba Kennels Japan, Samba Kennels Europe, Samba Kennels Brazil, and who knows, Samba Kennels Australia. I have a lot of people already reaching out to me, but we cannot offer that yet. I want to make sure that we have a good structure to validate. And for now, we're doing this amongst friends. And the only purpose, you guys, is to provide value to the community, is to promote the Brazilian Bull breed, promote the positivity only. There is absolutely non-negotiable. We are promoting the breed and the positivity amongst the breeders. So if you are with me, join us. I'm happy to be here. I couldn't be happier to announce this new model of Samba Kennels. And like I said, I would have never dreamed of doing this in only 5 years. And if I could do it, you can too. And that's what we're here for. I hope there's people asking us if we're going to be doing this as ongoing thing, like an episode or a live every week or every month. From what we have previously talked, we want to try to do it at least every 2 weeks. Unless you guys think that we should be here every week, we're going to try to be here every week. What do you guys think? Vito, are you okay to be here every week or every 2 weeks? And Lauren and Oscar and Tony and Deedee?
Yeah, that's fine. Every 2 weeks
Yeah,
is fine. Every week we can do it.
Yeah, we could do every week. I think as we begin our adventure as a team and a family, definitely I feel like we should do it every week. Just to get to know one another. Of course, we've been with you at shows at nationals and have been at your place. Love your place, Vito. We had an awesome time at nationals. Lots of just communicating with one another and visiting and talking. And I'd love to meet Lauren and Ryan and Oscar. Maybe sometime that opportunity will present itself, and we can, feel a little more like a family for sure. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. But
I tell you guys one thing. We have been having meetings every week, and I tell them, I count the days for the meetings because it's a place like I feel at home. As you probably know, Oscar is in the same situation. We are immigrants. My whole family is in Brazil. I only have my kids and my husband here. I don't have, many friends. All my friends are mostly online and internet and breeders. And having this little moment with them and people that have the same vision, that people that have supported us, Samba Kennels vision since the get-go, and it's just so comforting. And we just want to expand this type of feeling to everybody, and we want to talk dogs. We want to bring value. Just for me to come here every week, I'm gonna have to be doing some meetings with Earl at Sumo Bully Kennels because he is the master in this thing, bringing lives and topics. I don't know if I'm ready for every week, but we're gonna try to do it every 2 weeks for sure, and maybe one day we can do it every week. Let's see how it goes.
You started this.
Yes.
yes,
Some people here saying hi. Ryan, we need to convert to whiskey.
We already been there. I was gonna shout out like I see you, Sumo. Yeah, I'm drinking. I'm finna go make me another one.
He's already on bourbon.
Oh, Oscar Mancha. Hi, Oscar. He's always on Facebook posts. Nice to have you here. Yes, every week. That would be
I'm
lovely.
gonna do something real quick. It ain't cool, but hey, Daryl Kucherowski, what's up? She was supposed to do that. My dad got on here and commented.
Oh, that's nice. Ryan's dad. Hi, Ryan's dad. What is his name, Ryan?
Daryl.
Daryl, he came over, remember?
Yes, that's right. Hi, Daryl. That's cool.
that was your other brother, Daryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other Daryl.
You can't mistake him, I promise.
We are big fans of Earl. Earl, thank you so much for helping us out.
Yep.
Like I said, we're just all new to this and couldn't do it without you. Big fans of your stuff for sure.
Yeah, Earl, he always says how I supported him in the beginning of his lives because I think that he had like 50 subscribers when he started his YouTube channel. And we were already friends, and he had just recently purchased his two girls. And he started doing these lives, and he had like 50, 100 subscribers. And I was almost every week there. I loved being there, and now look where he's at. And I'm so proud of, I think Earl and Sumo is a role model for every breeder. I mean, I had never met a breeder. A lot of people talk to me, and especially when they're beginning, I did a lot of mentorship to Earl about breeding at that time. Mm-hmm. And he came up to me with a business plan. And I said, Earl, I cannot believe I've never seen a breeder show me a business plan of the business. And I was so impressed. But I told him, and I said, this is great, but I'm going to warn you right now. All the odds in regular businesses, because I have my businesses too, but all the odds are very different when it comes to breeding. And now, we laugh about it because we talk about it and he said, yeah, the ups and downs are a little more stretched when it comes to ups and when it comes to downs too. You know, he went through a lot of a bad phase, but thank God everything has passed, and I can't wait to see his growth. And I know Sumo is going to be at the top very soon. And I've always told him that. And this is what this is about. We had a meeting yesterday, and remember, guys, we were saying, you know, Sumo is like Samba. We just changed the name a little bit. We changed the locations, but we are here for the same purposes. Thank you, Sumo, for all your support. And Samba family is here with you guys.
Absolutely.
Look, I'm gonna read some of the comments. Jay, Sumo South is here. Welcome. Sumo family will support you guys. That's very nice. Diamond Cut Kennel, can't wait to be a part of the movement. We're here for it. Well, welcome to the movement. Welcome to the Brazilian Bulls. Sumo, you're still my mentor. Above all, you are my friend. That's very sweet. Same to you, my friend. And you're my mentor on these lives, because we were like, he was like giving me a whole bunch of tips yesterday.
Yeah.
Guys, now let's talk about the Brazilian Bulls. Moreno from Sumo too. Much love, brother. I see a lot of people asking me about puppies, and recently all I'm getting is, I want a Brazilian Bull. My 2 clients from Germany that were going to purchase American Bullies, they said, no, now we want a Brazilian Bull. So even not only in the US, the movement is growing. It's growing. I had a client from Australia today asking me if I could send swimmers over there as Brazilian Bulls. And I said, I can't, I can't with my dogs that are here, but maybe with my new generation that's coming. And for y'all that don't know, we are in 5 kennels now. Samba Kennels has 4 branches in the headquarters. And we have 5 litters, guys, 5 litters, and 2 of them are Brazilian Bulls. Okay, so we have, let me do a little bit merchandise here. I have Cafeína and Mombrusos. They are 30 days, imported from Brazil, Brazilian Bull ABKC registered. I have Champion Tractor and Tetra, Klaus' daughter, American Bully registered. Next litter is going to be born within the next few days. Oscar, Samba, Florida, Bitello, LPK, and Nebula. Beautiful puppies those are going to be. Nebula has a pedigree that the junction with Bitello, if you pay attention to pedigrees, search into that a little bit, because this is going to be one in a lifetime opportunity, Bitello and Nebula. And last but not least, we have Lauren with some of South, Puma, which is a Klaus son, to Knuckles, which is a Klaus daughter, half siblings. So this is a line breeding on Klaus, and both are black. So we'll see what's going to get. But black is one of the colors that will produce any colors. So with the black pigment on the nose, so we're probably going to have, I think we can have chocolates, right, Vito? We can have blacks,
I think she's going to possibly have any color, any tries, blues, chocolates, lilacs.
Agreed.
It's all
imagine
possible.
if we have because Puma is a dilute carrier, and he's also a tri carrier. Imagine if we have a lilac, a tri Klaus, or a chocolate tri Klaus, or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want any information on the litters, it's on my website, sambakennels.com/puppies. But anyways, I just wanted to do a little bit of merchandising of our litters, because we have a lot of them, and I want to answer some questions here. If you guys are on YouTube, I can read it. If you guys are on Instagram, I'm going to try to read them because it's a little smaller. But who is planning on adding Brazilian Bull to your yard? Are any of you guys here watching this live that are strictly American Bully breeders? You don't even have any Brazilian bloodline American Bullies. Let's say you just breed pure American Bullies. Are you considering migrating or adding Brazilian Bulls to your bloodlines, or American Bullies with the Brazilian bloodline? Let me know in the comments. We just said, somebody said Justin Gromer. Yes, me. Let me know in the comments, because I'm doing a little research, a little statistics here, And I think we're going to be very surprised when the next nationals come. We're going to have so many dogs at nationals.
Absolutely, yeah.
TMK, nice to see the Samba Kennels family growing. Congratulations, and I wish you all success.
No, you do not.
Alonso, hi Alonso, how are you? Nice to hear from you too, brother. That Alonso was one of the guys that really invested in the Brazilian bloodlines, in Brazilian bulls. He was actually the first breeder of Brazilian bulls outside of Brazil, and I remember having this conversation with him.
No, we lost you, Aurea.
Aria's mic's messed up. Look, Elijah, you do not have to be a breeder to buy one of these dogs. No.
Absolutely not.
Get with somebody.
What about now?
Yes.
What
We
about
can
now?
hear you.
We got you back.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I was saying hello to Alonso TMK. What an investment he made bringing the first Brazilian bulls, to America. He was on his own, and he could have just said, "Oh my God, now I'm on my own. I'm the only breeder." And I told him, and I said, "Go for it, Alonso. You're gonna be the first one outside of Brazil. Go for it." And look at the amazing success that he is now with his program. We have to do a live with Sumo. We have to do a live with Alonso. I want to do a shout out to Cerberus XL Bullies, Lavon, if she ever watches this. Lavon, we love you. I know that you are super involved with the Brazilian Bulls now with your partner, Will. Good luck. We wish you the best luck. I know that this is a movement that's going to grow. And congratulations on your new litter that was just born today.
Congratulations.
Yes, guys.
Super.
And let's read some of these comments here. Do I have to be a breeder to buy your dogs and pets? No, you don't. We do sell for pets too. Yes, I'm planning to add them to my collection. Well, Gemsu Kennels. Cool. That's a good move right there. My kennel is Remorgues Bullies. Welcome, Justin. Remorgues Bullies. Blue for me. Lilac's too much work. That's true. Definitely hopping on the movement. Diamond Cut Kennels. Congrats, Samba family. Well, that's amazing. You guys, do you have any questions for any one of the team members or any questions in relation to the Brazilian Bulls? I want to open, we're live here for 57 minutes now. I want to open like a 20 minutes window for you guys to answer questions, ask questions, and we can answer.
Hey guys, I say before Earl was so disposal. Any of you didn't correct me. The word is willing. I just find now he was so willing to help. She's so willing to help. I don't know what that means. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, that you're talking about Sumo, Earl.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he's willing to help anybody. Funny you say that. We followed him so long on his pages and stuff that when we met him at Nationals, it was like we already knew him.
We met him in Dallas.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was in Dallas. Yeah. But yeah, just super, super helpful. Anything that he has, you can have. He'll offer you anything, any help. It's just, he was super nice. Like a family member also.
He's a great mentor. He's very good at teaching. He's very didactic. I don't know if that word exists, but it's didático.
He's very meticulous.
Meticulous, yes.
Go to samba.com.
Justin, yes, sambakennels.com.
Go to Samba Kennels, Facebook, Instagram,
and click on puppies. And you can always reach out to me. First, there's a link that you send your little form with your details, and I can reach out to you. Usually I call my clients myself, or we can always talk by message, by email, however you prefer, Justin. Thank you. So TMK said I would. I think he meant he would come on the live with us. Next time, TMK, we're going to do a live. I want to do an interview with everybody that's in the Brazilian movements, and you're definitely going to be one of my first ones. to be interviewed because you started this whole thing with, you know, with Big John. What an amazing dog. I don't think that I ever seen another Big John yet, you know. Great representative of the breed. He is the showstopper. There's not a place that Big John walks by that people don't just stop to see him. He's amazing. Congrats, Samba fam. Brazilian Bulls is bigger than just a wave. 100%. Brazilian Bulls is not a wave. It's here to stay. It's a movement, and you know, the beauty of all of this is that you guys don't have any idea how this is started. I mean, some of you guys do because you've been following me, but this breed has changed so many lives in a country that is considered a third world country, and people breed with their hearts, and sometimes they have to feed their dogs rice and rest of food because they don't have much to offer them. Sometimes, you know, the economy over there is really bad. We're almost becoming Venezuela right now, you know, and these dogs, they're still providing to these dogs to look amazing, sometimes they provide more for the dogs than for themselves. And the import and all these investments that have been happening in the Brazilian Bull breed, only because I don't see in any other breed. I don't even see in the Frenchies anymore. And mind you guys, I do international dog transportation. So I am always aware of breeds that are sold and imported and exported. And I have never seen dogs sold for the amount of money that these dogs have been bought and sold. And this is good. I mean, this is good for dog breeding in general, you know, means that it's possible. It's possible.
Can you talk a
yeah.
little bit of the, because I'm surprised that I was surprised that this week I was talking with a few people, with a few breeders, about they apparently they didn't knew that there is a category right now at ABKC, like the Brazilian Bull category. So can you talk about a little bit about how was that process to open that and explain people that now there exists a Brazilian Bull category, that they are separate, they are different. This is normal
Yes.
to us, but apparently a lot of people, I was surprised that this week, these breeders, they're huge breeders. And one of them was telling me like, oh, I have Brazilian Bulls. I have Brazilian Bull in my bloodline. And I said, yeah, that's fine. But, you know, I explained him a little bit. So can you talk about that, please?
Yeah, of course. So when I started this live, I started talking a little bit about how the Brazilian Bulls became what they are today. I think that, and a lot of people said, oh, they are just another category. They are just another class. You know, they're just the XL American Bullies, but in a little different style. But you gotta understand something. Once you look at a dog and you recognize a dog breed, that's what we call breed type. Remember in the beginning of the live, I was talking about breed type that a lot of people talk about, but many people don't even know what breed type means. So breed type, when you're looking at a dog, you know what that breed is. You automatically recognize the breed. That's what makes a breed to be called its own breed. That's what, when it reflects the standard, and it's multiplied so much that you already know what the dog is. So within the bull breed bubble, or meaning within the bully community, when you are talking about social media, these dogs started popping up on social media more and more and more. So people started saying, oh, those dogs are with the eyes too close together. Those are from Brazil. Well, whatever. That's what they look like. That's what they look like. You love it or you hate it. They have an identity. So they do have a visual identity, and they have a consistent look. Yes, Oscar.
You know, I've seen a lot of people online.
I'm going to open a discussion here because maybe a few people are going to come and talk about this, but it's not true. You know, I hear that from the beginning, but it's just have to see the proportions, the proportions,
Yes.
and just their head is bigger. You know, their head is wider. You know,
But
like
that's
American is kind of square, so their head is wider, and that's why you kind of might think like that. But when you come and see these dogs in person, like I see my American bullies next to each other, and they don't have that problem, and they're just normal eyes. Just want to say that.
but independently of perception, because I think that this is a perception point of view, it is actually an optical point of view, because I did a meme once of Donald Trump. It was a comparison, a funny picture. I don't know, some of you guys might remember, and I will try to bring it on my stories. And I did a meme with Donald Trump's picture. I took one picture of him naturally, and then I took another picture of him, and I photoshopped, I stretched just from here, from the cheeks, not touching this area of the eyes, I stretched his cheeks out and his forehead up. He looked exactly the same area, the same distance, but he looked like his eyes were close together. So I always said
There you
that
go. That's what I'm saying.
eyesight is actually the optical perception, because of the mass, the temporal masses around the skull that are a lot bigger, a lot more extensive. But that's just a detail. What I'm saying is these dogs have an identity. And because of that, that's what we call a breed type. We see a dog, we see that it has all the definitions of a Brazilian dog. And that's why the ABKC recognized that as its own breed. Also because in Brazil, in the meantime, while everybody was fighting here in America, you know, the purest XL bully breeders were saying, oh my God, these dogs should not be competing with us. You know, they are mixes, they are mutts, whatever. And the guys in Brazil, whether you know or not, but the guys in Brazil didn't want them to be called American bullies because they didn't breed that breed. The result was not to become an American bully. Both are amazing breeds, but they are different. The American bullies, they have different skin density, they have different coat density, they have different lines. Did you know that one of the traits of the Brazilian bull is, I've never seen this in any other breed standard before, in any breed. If you measure the diameter of the head of a Brazilian bull, extreme, because we have this standard, but let's talk about the extreme, that's what we are used to. The standard is just a lighter version of the Brazilian bull. So if you measure the diameter of the Brazilian bull's head, it has to be bigger than the height to the withers. Did you know that? Never seen a breed with that. So that's one of the traits that they were searching for, really big head dogs. And there's so many other traits that I don't want to talk about the Brazilian bull standard here, but, you know, all the lines that separate their muscle, you know, on the head, and the lines that are very, like, I don't even know how to say these technical words in English. I know in Portuguese, but in English, you have to help me here, Vito, like the sulk, like there's like a little ditch here between the eyes, you know, and that's something that is desired and actually is preferred.
Yeah, so, it's called the stop. In English,
no, not the stop line. It is not, every dog has a stop, but not every, the Brazilian bull demands a kind of like a inserted line.
Yeah, it's an indentation. It's an indentation.
The crease. It goes from the stop to the occiput. It's the back of the skull.
Yeah, they call it a ditch here. They actually say the word ditch in between the eyes. So these are little details that these dogs have. And I think that, you know, when you got such traits consistently in almost every individual, that's what makes a breed be called a breed. And we were fighting in Brazil to have this dog considered its own breed. And here in America, people were hoping that they would separate. So I had multiple meetings with ABKC, and IBC, and I was kind of like the intermediator of the two entities. And we got to a decision that it would be better to separate the breed. And I'm happy that we did, because look where we are now, you know. Any questions, you guys?
Yeah, I was just like Oscar was saying before, know that they do not show together and against each other. There's two separate. You have the Brazilian bulls and you have the American bullies. They do not show in the same ring at the same
So
time.
that's it. It's not even a separate category. It's a separate breed.
Yes,
It is it's a whole new breed.
correct.
Okay. So we're not even competing within the American bully category anymore. We are a different breed. That's how we should name it. So it's amazing because if you like dog showing, you don't have to compete, which I think it's unfair that the American XL bullies have to compete with the pockets. I always thought it was unfair because even though they were supposed to be the same phenotype traits, they are not. We know that it's very hard to have an XL with the same proportions of a pocket in real life. I mean, in drawing, you can see a whole bunch of them. I've seen a few, especially now. I think we're getting closer and closer to the ideal when it comes to XL bullies. But it's so hard because the pockets have been so consistently bred and they are getting to a perfection level that it's very hard for an XL to compete pockets. So now Brazilian bulls, it's its own breed. And when we go, and if you win the breed, you go straight to best in show to compete with the best of each breed. So that's a lot of fun too. That's another amazing.
That is fun. That's my favorite part.
One point I want to bring up that I think is a misconception across the board, American bully breeders and new people. A lot of people think that the Brazilian bull is an American bully that they bred an American bulldog to. And from what my research is, that they started with very different base. The base of pit bull that's in the American bully is more of a UKC pit bull, Amstaff type of show dog, whereas the Brazilian dogs go back to the XL pit bull that is like Camelot and Gargoyle and Viet Shark and Red Lion and Whopper Chevy. And I think that's where the big difference comes. Those big muscular skulls. Those dogs were bred. A lot of them are bred for weight pull and dog sport and stuff like that. Whereas, and the other thing that's I find amusing is people say, "Oh, those Brazilian dogs are mutts. They're mixes." Well, all breeds come from a mix, and the difference is the American bully, we don't really know. It was all done kind of hanging papers and just putting some other pedigree on it and making them sound like, oh no, they're just all Amstaffs. But we know there's a lot of English Bulldog and there's a lot of Mastiff and there's Frenchie and there's you name it. Who knows? Nobody knows what's in it. So actually the Brazilian dogs are not considered mutts because we know what's in it. And so and I think that's where the big difference is. The XL, unless my research is wrong, because it's hard to research them, but the XL is a recent ad, the XL American Bully, Willy Wonka, and then there's pockets way in the back that was put in, but it's not a recent cross, and they don't make up a huge percentage of the breed. The biggest percentage of the breed is Bearzilla, and Bearzilla, I know some people say, well, his pedigree might not be right or whatever, but if you look at his pedigree, he's 25% gargoyle blood, 25% Viet Shark. Some other dogs are distantly related to Camelot blood. So that's the main proportion, and that's why they're so different.
What an amazing lesson, Vito. You guys, did you hear this? So there you go. And I think that to complement what you just said, because you stretched every part of the genealogy tree of it. But most importantly, that we cannot forget is the vision, Vito, is the vision and the purpose. They didn't want heavy, compact, short back dogs. They wanted more athletical, longer necks, longer bodies. They wanted the muscle expression to be very evident. They wanted a lower or a higher waistline, inferior line with more of a waist. So it's really the difference is not just in the base. You guys can take let's say there's only 2 breeds in the world, and you give it to 2 different type of breeders. Down the line in 10 generations, you're going to have different types of dogs, because the vision and the purpose is what makes a breed become a breed. They all came from wolves, you guys, And when people say, well, Brazilians just used what Americans used, well, like I said, again, they used maybe the same ingredients, not exactly the same, and they just 2 chefs have different recipes, that's all. And yeah, thank you, Vito, for that insight, because it's amazing how you understand
big
these
difference
animals.
big difference is the outcome. I can't think of a dog that has this kind of muscle on the skull and cheeks and neck and shoulders and rear end. There's some American bullies that are muscular, but they're not. It's different. It's like they're totally different. And people talk about the eyes being close together. I think some of it's an optical illusion, because there's so much crazy exaggerated muscle in the skull cap and in the cheeks. And if they have a little bit more of a pit bull skull, then the eyes look really close together. They are close together, but it's not because they have cross eyes or anything. It's because they have huge amounts of muscle on their skull and their cheeks.
So,
yeah. Thanks, Vito. Yeah, I think your inputs are extremely important, especially because you have a historian point of view. You know these breeds so well, and you know so much of the genetics behind them. But yeah,
I'm trying to learn.
Can you
It's kind of
notice,
tough.
you guys that are very, especially on Facebook, we had a lot of people that when they see Brazilian dogs for the first time, especially the bully lane, oh, these eyes are too cross-eyed. And can you notice that? Did you notice that people are not? You get used to it. You get used to it. As the more you see, the more you get used to it. And then, like I said, I mean, it's just a matter of time. The amount of demand that I'm having on these dogs as Brazilian bulls, I have much more demand for my Brazilian bulls litter now than my American bullies, and that's why I'm here for, and I'm happy that this is happening, and welcome everybody that is joining us. Welcome to this movement. This is just the beginning. I want to say hi to another breeder that has highly invested in the Brazilian bulls, Russ from Showtime Bullies in Florida. Welcome, Russ, to our great guy, my client. Welcome to our live. I think that TMK is saying they only see each other investing show. That's right. Aurea, when do you think we will have different classes of Brazilian bull? So basically, we do have by the standard in IBC, we have 2 different classes. The standard, which is a more a cleaner version of the Brazilian, of the 2 types. So we have the standard, which is a lighter version, more terrier looking, and then we have the extreme, and the extreme Brazilian bulls is what you guys have been seeing. Dogs like Klaus, Tractor, Shake, Big John, Mandibula, these dogs that are extreme, those are the extreme types. So I think that the extreme is always going to be more evident in America and in the world, because that's what caught everybody's eyes. The standard is more of a cleaner version. But I don't know. A very important curiosity is that by the rules of IBC, in the same litter, you can have the extreme type or the standard type. Did you know that? So it's basically by the morphology of the dog that it's just for the shows. So Alonso, let's say that you have a litter and you have a dog that's a little cleaner, you can enter to the standard. I don't know how ABKC is going to deal with that. Any questions, any comments, you guys?
just a quick shout out to Rafa MTZ. He's our brother from.
And I just tagged his comment. Rafa,
oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, Canelo from Samba. Yes.
Yes, thanks for joining
Hi,
us.
Rafa. Nice. And it was funny that you talked his name and I just tagged his comment.
Right.
Best part is hearing experts in the culture. Well, thank you, L302 Bay. Is that how you say this name? Well, thank you for being a part of this and watching us here. I hope that we can bring a lot more knowledge to you guys. And my plans, everybody's asking us to come here every week, you guys. So I think we're going to have to try to make it happen. Maybe not now, but I'm going to have to prepare, episodes and topics for the lives, and so we can be here, not just to be here and chit chat, but to bring actual value for you guys. But as you can see with this team of people in our team, we're going to have a lot to talk about. I hope you are able to do this often. We're learning so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rafa, how is Canelo doing? Guys, I want to talk about this later. So this litter that Rafa is saying hi to us, he has Canelo, which is a tractor, and Hannah's son. Coincidentally, Lauren has Messi, which is from the same litter, and Tony and Deedee has Riggs from the same litter. He's already showing. Beautiful, beautiful dog. And I have a co-owned female from that litter, 2 co-owned females from the litter. Dustin from Big Time Bully has one, and a friend of mine has the other one. Those puppies from Champion Tractor, they were so tiny when they were. I didn't even like posting them. I'm like, I know that these Brazilian dogs, these puppies, they are different. I knew that they were going to be different, but I'm kind of embarrassed of showing them because they're so much smaller than the bullies, and they're cute and everything, but they're so different. And all of a sudden, these tractor puppies, they just boomed like at 1.5. And I told you guys, remember, I said, just wait at just around 1.5.
Yeah, give it
and
time.
I'm not just wait, but people did not believe me. They had a hard time. Ask Lavon from Cerberus. She had the same problem. And they just pop. I mean, the Brazilian bloodline is amazing because the wow factor comes after, not while they are puppies.
Mm-hmm.
They are not teddy bear looking puppies. Well, they are, but not what we are used to seeing. And then all of a sudden they pop.
Yeah, surprise. It's a joke with us. Deedee and I, like I said, when we had the puppies, I'd always ask Deedee, do you think he's ever going to grow? Do you think he's ever going to grow? Yeah. And she's like, Aurea says, just give it time. And I'm just like, so it just kind of went on, and then boom, he just grew. But it's still a joke. I said, Riggs, are you ever going to grow? Yeah. He just kind of looks at us, but yeah, he's 110 pounds now. So he grew, and he's only 16 months, I think. So still really just a pup,
Not even a year and a half they are. And Tractor was like that. Tractor looked like an American Pit Bull Terrier when he was a baby until like he was 6-7 months old. And, I don't know if you guys saw Tractor. I think everyone here saw Tractor in person. And he is just, you have no idea what Tractor is. By videos, the videos don't do him justice because he's got such a big head. He looks like a smaller dog in his body. But when you see him in person, he's a tractor. Like he's girth. And he looked like a little American Pit Bull Terrier until he was a year old. I mean, it's crazy, the transformation. And this is the fun factor about this breed. You don't imagine what they're going to become. When I have that video of Shake when he was 5 months old.
Yes.
And then what he turned out to be at 2.5. I mean, it is crazy. So I'm very excited for you guys, for the litters that are coming. Vitello and Nebula coming very soon. First Vitello litter in America. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Samba, Florida.
Yes.
And first Samba Kennels litter of Puma is with Samba Kennels South. Puma and Knuckles. I can't wait for that one too.
I know.
And when are you guys having a litter, Deedee and Tony?
Well, I don't know. Our girls are still young, so
I'm gonna send you a girl. I'm gonna send you a girl so you can have a litter soon.
Yeah. Both of ours just went out of heat.
Their first heat
around Christmas time, so still looking at
about 6 months.
6 months. So, but we'll take one. Send it, or we'll come get it.
Okay. Yes, please come get it. I want to see you guys again.
Yes.
How does that work for kennels in Australia? When things transition to Brazilian bull, how do we get access to the bulls? Guys, it does not change. The transition is actually just the new dogs imported. It's not that your dogs that have Brazilian blood all of a sudden became Brazilian bulls. No, whatever is registered American bully remains American bullies. Okay. So how is the Brazilian bulls entering Australia? You guys just have to import them, and we go from there. It's very hard to import dogs from Brazil to Australia. It's around $15,000 just for the transport and another 6 months of wait. Not only for Australia, but for Taiwan, New Zealand, Australia, and any other island, Japan. Islands usually have a very strict rabies regulation. So they have protocols, sanitary protocols that require serological testing, 2 or 3, 2 vaccines and import permits, and that takes from 6 to 9 months. So that brings the cost very high for the importer and very risky too, because when you're importing, a dog for so long, it's a big responsibility for whoever is boarding the dog, but it's possible, it's expensive. But the cheaper way to import a Brazilian bull is getting one from America, because it's half the cost and half the time of wait than if you do it from Brazil. I think actually from Brazil we can't even import dogs to Australia without stopping in the USA. Like they have rigid regulations.
Criticisms, I guess.
Uh-oh, where'd you go?
What happened to her?
She'll get back.
Yeah.
soon.
Where'd Ryan go?
He's coming back.
Did he come back?
Where'd he go?
Tell him to bring us all a drink.
I'm back.
If we could reach it through the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, Heroes, my family Heroes Kennel. I love them.
Mhm.
Hey guys, I asked that because it's one of the criticism against the American bullies is we don't know what's in the American. Then could we say that the Brazilian bull, since no,
Did she froze?
there's only, can you hear me guys?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Both of you. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jason here
Well, till
with
she gets
Heroes.
back, we can talk.
Can you hear me?
You guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Oh,
Is everybody here?
There was some background noise I didn't hear.
Yes, we're good.
So Heroes asked if
I
there was
think
a lot of
the Brazilian bulls are going to be a huge growth market, because I think people really dig the muscle. They dig the different likes, the types that are coming out. And there's been a lot of really iconic males produced. If you think about it, you got Klaus, you got Tractor, you've got Puma, you've got Shake, you've got the Vitello now. There's just a lot of big, monstrous dogs. Big John's maybe the freakiest one I've ever seen. And I like him too. He seems to have a kind of a sporty, he's got a little bit of fun drive like Klaus and like Puma. I haven't seen that in all of Brazilian. Some of the Brazilian bulls, like my Sheik daughter, I throw the ball, she looks at me like, the hell's wrong with you?
Ours are lazy.
Yeah. My Ella's good. Ella's kind of drivey. She'll do it just to please me, but then it's not really. Shake, Puma, and Big John are the only 3 I've seen that kind of have that sporty ball drive, which I kind of like. I guess because I'm used to American bulldogs, but I kind of like it for training, for all kinds of stuff. It just perks them up.
Yeah, and for those
When you guys went to Aurea's for the first time, what did you guys think? Especially you guys that had never seen a Brazilian bull or an American bully.
I'm not sure that I'm not sure that you can hear Aurea.
I can't hear her.
Can you hear me?
Charity
Oh, okay.
did that one.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Go like this if you do. Oh, you can? Okay. Okay.
Oh, you guys
For
are reading.
those
I
that
can't
don't
read
know,
comments. I'm on
Vito
my phone.
has, I wanted to say
The
that
print is so
Vito,
small, I can't read it.
Vito, can you hear me?
When this is
I think Vito can't hear me.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear you.
Can you hear me, Vito?
I can only hear you guys. I can't hear
Okay.
Aurea.
Oh,
That's
okay.
so-
Yeah.
He always has problems with me.
Do you guys hear Aurea?
Yes, we
yeah,
can hear.
Oh,
Let's see. I muted him. Can you hear me now, Vito?
No.
He might have hit a button.
Vito, can you hear her now?
Can you hear me, Vito?
no, I just hear you guys.
Can
Yeah.
you try to log out
Maybe
and
should
log
I
in
go off
again?
and come back?
Yeah, because after I went off, that's when you could
I'll go
hear
off
me.
and come back.
For you guys that don't know, Vito, he has two dogs from, one is from a female from Tractor and Hannah, also a litter mate from that litter that I was talking about. And he also has a daughter from Shake and Buchanas, Millie. That's who he was mentioning. Guys, regarding the Heroes Kennels question, there you are, Vito. Can you hear me now, Vito?
Yeah, now I hear
There
you.
you go. Heroes Kennels is asking about the influence of Dax in the Brazilian Bulls. I can talk a little bit about that. So the Brazilian Bulls were formed with different regions, okay? Very local differences. So in the northern part of Brazil, the Brazilian Bulls were very line bred on a dog called Bearzilla, high influence of Bearzilla, which most people know who Bearzilla is. Now, in the south of Brazil, we're talking specifically in Paraná and Curitiba, that area, some breeders imported females pregnant from Dax. And though that segment of American bullies, of pit monsters, they actually are more physically similar to the XL American bullies. So the people that are still breeding those bloodlines that came from Dax, or some of those breeders remained in that lane, and you say that, Heroes, because I understand that you think that because Klaus and Brazilla, the dog that Bossy imported, they don't have this newer type of Brazilian bulls, which is from the American Bulldog influence. They're more similar to the American Bullies. Those are the ones that have a heavy influence of Dax because of the import of this female pregnant by Dax, these females pregnant by Dax.
Yeah,
Now,
I've looked at
you're
Klaus's
talking the
pedigree.
2000s, right? Sorry, Vito.
I've looked at Klaus's pedigree, and it's kind of puzzling because it's like in the fifth and sixth and seventh generation, there's like Pocket's Cash Pot, who is Dax's son, I guess, and a couple other ones. But it's back there pretty far, and I don't know. I just look at Klaus, I don't see it. But I did have somebody comment this. A friend of mine that's an American Bulldog and said, "Oh, I don't like him. He looks like a giant pocket." And I thought, what? And I looked at him and I thought, well, I guess maybe kind of his proportions are he's pretty short looking, but I don't, it just didn't add up to a huge percentage of his pedigree. But like you said, he doesn't have the Bearzilla. He has different pit bull blood that I don't recognize. So,
Yeah, and he's very, it's funny how a dog that is so scatterbred like Klaus prints out his look so much. He has like 100 puppies or more, or I think much more, like 300 puppies. And if you put, I don't see them anymore. I haven't seen a lot of them, but the ones that I see from different dams, from different females, from different mothers, it looks like everybody's from the same litter. It's funny because
I've noticed that sometimes people are like, oh, the dog's scatterbred, so he's not very prepotent. But you can't have a dog that's not really tightly bred, that's very potent, like he throws himself no matter what he's bred to. I think it has to do with how the genes line up, or maybe he has an ancestor that was bred tight or had very strong genes that come through. So you just never know. I've seen dogs that are bred really tight that don't produce themselves. So it goes both ways.
Correct. Yeah.
That's true. Well, guys, it was such a nice hour and a half. I think it's about time that we end here for the first live that we put together for the first time. I cannot express how much I appreciate you guys for being here with me. Everybody on Facebook too. I'm sorry that I cannot read your comments. I think I do actually. Oh no, Rafa. Yeah, Rafa is in Facebook. Um, Everybody on Instagram, I'm so sorry that it took me a little while to figure out how to go live on the 3 places, but now I'm gonna master this. Um, let's see, we have one more. I have the best American Bully blood so far, superior to Brazilian Bulls. Can't compete against all of you guys in the show ring. Remember, let's go GCBK. I think that yeah, we have to go to shows and check them out. I'd love to see good quality dogs independently of the breed, and independently of the breed. We have to talk the quality of the breeders behind them, because if it wasn't for good breeders, good dogs wouldn't be around, right? I have a Brazilian bull coming next month. She is Shake's granddaughter, Johan Gomez. Welcome to your new girl. Congratulations. We can't wait to see her. And you guys, Samba Kennels branches CEOs, Tony, Deedee, Oscar, Vito, Lauren, and Ryan. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting our vision.
Absolutely.
And,
Thank you. Thank
it's
you.
been a lovely hour and a half.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Look forward to doing it again.
Thank you, Tony. Deedee, do you want to say something?
Not really. I'm like Ryan.
I'll see you in the show rings, right,
I'm
Deedee?
just still learning.
Not even you.
That was
She
so mean.
She needs some of Ryan's drink.
Yeah.
Little courage.
Next
Liquid
time,
courage.
Try.
Oscar.
Yes.
Oscar.
Keep trying.
Guys, it was good seeing you guys. It's good visiting. I mean, there's still lots of stuff that even as a team that we can, I mean, just discuss and learn. Yeah, just definitely. Like I haven't met, like I said, Oscar and Lauren and Ryan. I look forward to meeting you guys. I mean, it's just
Picking your brains.
yeah, it's gonna be nice for sure.
We're gonna do a party here in Orlando. Okay, it's coming.
Well,
Date is
once a
October.
year, we're gonna have the barbecue here at my house. We're gonna have an event here at Samba Kennels. We have to have it here. I mean, it's central, it's close to everybody, and it's
I
the
agree.
headquarters.
Cody has to cook all the food.
Okay,
1 year per branch.
1 year per branch. No, I think we have to do Samba Kennels every year, and every 6 months we change the branches. That's how we should do it. I do have
I'm gonna have y'all camping in tents on an island, and we got to use a boat to get there.
oh
Let's
my
do it.
God,
I'm down for that.
I'm
I'm
down
in.
too.
I'm in.
I would like
A
to
lot of
ask,
fire and eat some mushrooms, and it'll be cool. I'm kidding.
Lauren, do you want to
How's
say
that?
something, honey?
I told y'all.
Yeah,
I told
I
you.
don't know. I love you all. I'm so
Yes.
happy to be here.
We can't wait to see your Puma and Knuckles later.
Oh, I
either.
know. I'm excited.
She's flopped over right now.
She's big.
Mm.
Yeah.
What were you saying? What was Oscar saying? I didn't hear.
I was gonna say, well, I would like to ask the people. Well, thanks to everybody, whoever is watching us, and whoever is gonna watch this after we finish. And I would like you guys to please leave in the comments. What would you guys would like us be talking on the next live? Like,
Yeah, that's a
what-
good thing. Hmm.
That's a good question.
I
Yeah.
think there is a lot of doubts about the Brazilian bulls, and we are here to answer that questions. You know, I'm not an expert, but I'm learning. But we got Vito and we got Aurea. So just leave in the comments, what do you guys have doubts about it, and what would you guys would like would like us to talk in the next live. So
Yes, very
please.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, we can just all discuss it together, and we'll all learn and take it from
I agree. Vito, do you want to say some last words before we close it?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm very excited about this breed. I'm excited about our group. I'm excited about everything, all the breeders. We have a huge opportunity with this breed. It's in its infancy, and we have a ton of really good dogs that came out of Brazil. There's a lot of genetics to work with, and I just am excited for what we can do. I personally, I'm not so much worried about a show dog. I just want to produce a freak, a monster.
And you
I
will.
want to produce a Shake or a Patello or a Klaus, or that's my main goal for right now is just to produce a big, freaky dog that just stops you in your tracks. And I'm just
I think you'll
excited.
do it.
I think everybody, you know, from TMK to Sumo, I just think it's a good group. It's going to grow, and we have an opportunity because it's just a young, raw breed. We're like an infant. You know, an infant has a lot of possibilities. I think if we all work together and we all aim to better the breed and draw attention to how good their temperaments are and what a freaky, beautiful dog they are, I just think the next 5 years is going to be awesome.
Absolutely amazing.
And
I agree.
Vito is our mad scientist. We cannot say what's going to happen in his laboratory. He's black. He's the. We didn't have a name for, guys. This is a curiosity. We didn't have a name for his Samba's branch, and he named himself the Black Ops.
I said Black Ops, and Ari's like, I don't like that. I don't know if that name sounds good. Special Operation Unit.
The Special
There you go.
Operation Unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty, you guys. It was such a pleasure. Oh,
Yes.
Rafa. Last question. Rafa is asking, I would like to know at what time is the last growth pup? I would say that's probably 3.5 years old.
Wow.
Golly.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly.
Yeah, because Shake left here and he was still pop. Like every 3 months he would pop again, you know? And I
Wow.
see that on Klaus and I see Tractor. And I mean, Klaus is 5 years old and he looks like he's 2.5. You know, it's crazy.
Mhm.
You guys,
Do it.
thank you so much for being here. We'll see you again maybe in the next week. I will be announcing when we come live again. Thank you for all your patience more than anything, because old lady here and this new technology thing is not the best, but I think we did it okay. Next time it's going to be better. Love you all. See you next time. Bye.
Good night, and thank you, everybody.
Good night.
See you guys.
Yes.
Everybody.